Hey, everybody, how's it going? Give me a second here. How's it going? How's everybody doing? Let me say hi to everybody. Autumn Gypsy, Seashell, Carol McKinney, Joe Mama, Kay, the Country Wife's Kitchen, Leslie Brooks, Lynn Marie, Marie Dunn, Senwa, Paula123, Sarah Young, Terry White, Teresa Tabor, and Utter Chaos. How's everybody doing today? Just give me a second to hear my own annoying voice so I can pause up. Just pause it anyway. I'm exhausted. Let me just pop out my chat here. Okay, pop out my chat. And then make sure it's on live chat, not top chat, so I don't miss nothing. Hi, Sue. How are you, darling? Teresa Pormelo, Pamela Nelson, Carol McKinney, Yarn Prepper, Sue Downtown. How's it going? I'm exhausted. I quite literally... Ow, what is wrong there? Something hurts there. Hey, Billy Buckland, how's it going? And Nana Castles. Okay. Hey, Catherine. Now, first things first. I heard back from Alejandro, Martin Rios' husband, and he's given me an address. So if you are interested in, or you want to send a, we're thinking of you, or a get well card, or we miss you, or anything like that to Martin, let me know. Now they're trusting me with their address. So please, folks, make sure you're, ask for it in the Connected Hearts Facebook page. Okay, because that's the only address I can give to, right? Is the Connected Hearts. We don't shop at Costco. Hi, Paula. Hey, Paula. Excuse me. I'm really tired. I thought the Costco shopping had caught up with me until I went through, and then it rained all night, so our leaves are now half down. And I'm not in a fibro flare, thank you God, but I am exhausted and I am in a lot of pain. So hey, Steven, how's it going, sweetheart? How's it going? Did you see my picture? My Raf Jolie came to pick up her 2 rutabagas yesterday and a handful of parsnips, and she brought me a case of pumpkins, butternut, and buttercup squash, all of my favorite. So, did I get more Annie's at Costco? No. We have to, and we don't eat it every day. And the last, I canned 18 quarts of my potatoes, but I saved the last 3 to 5 pounds for fresh potatoes because we had, fall is here when we start eating heavy duty root vegetables. So last night I made pork chops, and then I boiled carrots, big chunks of carrot, like not little pieces, chunks of carrot, chunks of parsnip, and little potatoes. So they all cooked at the same time. And oh my goodness. And then I drained them, and I threw a knob of butter in the pot while it was hot, put it back on a hot burner and brought the butter up to sizzle, threw in some garlic powder, and then threw the vegetables back in and gave them a quick saute, just so that all the vegetables were getting a little bit of a cover of the outer bit of potato. You know how it gets that potatoey crumbly on the outside of the vegetables. And then I threw in some parsley and some chives. My God. Oh, it's root vegetable and soup season. Hey, Carrie Ramsey, happy to catch your live feed. Yay, I'm happy too. Hi, Kendra. Good afternoon. So today is my day off. Well, I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday? Normally Monday is my day off. I'm taking today because I have been going since Friday. Nuts since Friday. And I got my potatoes canned. I just put a load in the dishwasher. I did a sink full by hand. I got one more sink full to do. And my dishes are caught up. My laundry's caught up. I washed the bedding and remade the beds and all that stuff. So I'm getting off here and I'm gonna go put on a movie or something and I'm gonna quilt. I've been saying that for weeks and I've not done it. Today's the day. Hey Rose, how are you? Getting that cold rain from northern Canada today. Thanks, Bev. Yeah, it's a different part of Canada. You're getting it from like Saskatchewan, guys. I'm like 3 days away from Saskatchewan. I'm closer to I'm closer. I'm in Quebec, and I'm closer to Ontario than anything. So, but hey, I'll take responsibility for it because the world needs rain right now in a lot of places. Hey, CM. It's not helping my body either, but at least I'm not in a fibro flare, right? Like I feel kind of like I'm in a mini fibro flare, but I'm not calling it a flare because if I call it a flare, I got to treat it like a flare, and then I get immobile, and so I'm just gonna say I'm in pain and I'm tired. I'm doing good, Rose. I'm doing good. We got 10 pounds of potatoes to can today. Looking forward to my granddaughter coming over so I can color her hair. Oh, that sounds like fun. Another soldier shoulder surgeries today. Prayers appreciated. Oh, honey, absolutely. And now I can close my window because it's actually getting chilly in here. I was hot for a minute. Last night, or when Raph and Ron were here, I was starting to feel the cold, right? Yes, I'm in my house dress. I wore it. I've been wearing it for 2 days, but I don't care. It's my about my comfies. I just came home, did another 2 steps today. Woohoo! Go Trisha! Go Trisha! God, good for you, darling. Just remember, pace yourself. Good afternoon, Mrs. V, and all our Connected Hearts family. Hello, Helen Burke. Oh, that's awesome, Patricia. I'm so happy for you. Um, yeah, I've got rutabaga to can, and I've got squash to can. And then I went in the freezer to get something for supper because I'm just threw I threw some frozen hamburger in the a small package, not the big ones that I'm going to be canning, but I threw some frozen hamburger in the crock pot. And then I had made Howie a chicken salad sandwiches for lunch. So I threw the rest of that onion on top of it, a little bit of water. We're having spaghetti tonight. Thank you, pre-cooked, homemade, canned stuff. Briar, I don't know how he's doing, little bugger. He hasn't answered his phone. All I can think of is that he's feeling much better and he's enjoying his last day off before he has to go back to work. But I'm pretty sure I can't get through to him because A, he's either sleeping or B, he's playing video games. One or the other, I'm not worried about him. If there was a problem, he would reach out to me. So, are you going to do a video on how to freeze eggs? Yes. Yes. Soon. This is my thing, right? I've got to get these things done. Thank you. I'm going to have to do that today. Scheisenheimer, because I'm canning tomorrow. So I'll do that today before I sit down on my quilt. Yeah, don't rush it, Patricia. They gave you a new kind of bike and it works. Awesome. Awesome. So today is dishes and quilting, and I guess eggs. It's going to be a few days before you get into canning videos, just because it's going to be a big job, just like the potatoes. Beautiful family pictures on Connected Hearts page. Well, you know what? I mean, I was so happy that he's taken that final step towards relying on himself and not his mother. be it becoming that final step that has been so difficult for him to be an adult, right? And and then I realized this looks like I love one son more than the other, and it's absolutely not true. I have two sons on the opposite ends of the emotional, not emotional. Arthur is a brainiac, and Briar's all heart. I'm not saying Arthur doesn't have a heart, but I mean on the scales, right? Briar's emotions come first. With Arthur, Arthur compartmentalizes his emotions until he can figure them out. You know what I mean? So I mean, there's always that, but they're my sons. And like I said, I wanted 15 kids when I was little. I told my Aunt Josie was so disappointed. She said, "What do you want to do when you grow up, Bev?" I said, "I want to get married at 16 and have 15 kids, just like Grandma." Right? I don't know if there was somewhere it's supposed to be 15 because my grandmother lost a set of almost full-term twins because she was diabetic. And they were big, but they came early, too early. Um, hey, Mama Cat. I'm so happy for you, Patricia. I saw the pictures at 3 a.m., couldn't sleep. Very nice family. Well, you know what? A family that grows together goes on together. And I know that doesn't rhyme, but it doesn't matter. We grew together because Howie and I, sure as hell, were only physical adults. We weren't necessarily mental and emotional adults when we had kids, right? So my sons know that they can tell me absolutely anything, and there will be, no judgment, and there will never be a loss of love, right? I may be pissed at them if they do something stupid, but it doesn't mean I'm going to ever stop loving them no matter what they do. The worst thing that could happen is they would do something so horrendous that it would break my heart. You know, like if one of my kids did something really horrendous and had to go to jail, it would break my heart because because that's not who they are. So I don't worry about it, right? So, hey, Trina Bomer and Kathy Gilmore, Sarah Young. I told my ex that I wanted 20 children. I guess 12 will have to be enough. You got 12 kids? You got 12 kids? Holy crap. I like the picture of all three of you best. You were just beaming with pride and joy. Oh, my boys. Yeah. If you notice with the family picture with Arthur and Briar and Howard and Mel, and I'm just this little head in there. But they took about 10 of those pictures. Okay, maybe 5. But that's the only one where my face isn't blurred just from looking around and grinning, and smiling at everybody, right? And laughing. It's the only picture that my face didn't look like something out of a nightmare. You know what I mean? But yeah, those moments when I'm surrounded by Arthur, Briar, Howard, and Mel, I feel nothing but absolute love and joy. Love and joy, because these are the people. I know my family loves me, but these are the people who get me and love me anyway. And they surround me with love and protection. It feels like I'm always protected when I have those kids and Howard with me, right? I'm always protected, but I mean, I feel like I'm on a cloud of absolute protection and love when I'm around my family. So yeah, my babies are my babies. Yeah, I wanted 15 kids. I got two very different sons, but two sons who can talk to each other no matter what the subject, and who can always talk to their mom, right? All I know is that I did something right. We must have done something right. I love how open you are with your family and your feelings. Well, those pictures are for connected hearts only. They never leave that room because my sons are very, very private. Okay? They don't like Facebook at all. Right? And the only reason I know Briar would tolerate you seeing his pictures is because it is a private group. right? It's a safe place for me to show my family pictures. Do you understand? I have a dozen duck eggs. Need ideas to keep them fresh. Help, please. Are you keeping them for yourself? Make noodles. Okay? Make noodles. Or put them in a blender, and I'm going to tell you how to freeze your eggs. Okay? Put them in a blender and then start measuring out. 1 cup is 4 large eggs. You got me? So if you've got baggies or tubs to freeze them in that you can write on how many eggs you have, think of, oh, it's breakfast for Howie, 2-3 eggs. So I pick a baggie out with 3 eggs or 4 eggs in it, like a cup of eggs, and I make him scrambled eggs, right? Or, I'm going to make pancakes. So, you know what I mean? I wanted a house full of children, but only had 2, and adopting my niece. Well, there you go. You're welcome, sweetheart. It's all about measurement, right? Think about it. Pound cake is a pound of flour, a pound of eggs, a pound of sugar, and a pound of butter. Eggs, Yorkshire pudding is a cuppa. Okay? It's a cup of eggs, a cup of flour, and a cup of milk. A cup of eggs is 4 large eggs. So once you have that measurement up here, you can, it's all about weights and measures, right? Take care, Sarah. When I was young, I didn't want kids. Had 5. Well, after Briar, I figured out where they were coming from and tied a knot in it. No, I was totally unprepared for motherhood, but I wasn't totally unprepared. Like, I remember saying to my sister, I don't think I'm going to be a very good mother. And she said, Bev, she said, would you just stick an empty bottle in a baby's mouth that has sour milk residue in the bottom just to shut them up? I said, of course not. That's disgusting. She said, you'll be fine, honey. She had seen people do that with their kids, just stick an empty bottle in their mouth because they were crying, and it had sour milk residue in it. It's just, I think of things like that, and I want to knock people's heads together, but I just pray for them instead because that works better, right? I have to go and see how Father Tim is doing. Love you all. Will you give him my love? And you tell him we pray for him daily, okay? Make noodles and dry them and sell at the market. You can oil them if they're really fresh. You can oil them if they're really fresh. You know the drill. Let them come up to room temperature if they've been in the fridge. Now, do not do this with store-bought eggs, folks. But you can oil them. Or you can come up, make sure they're clean, dry, and up to room temperature. Now, when I say room temperature, it's because if you're taking them out of the fridge, they're going to have condensation on them. And that will not let you have fresh eggs. So you make sure they are air dry, room temperature, and you oil them. Light mineral oil is the best, but I use organic avocado oil, right? Or sunflower oil. And then you keep them in a refrigerator, right? And then I would say they're good for, I'm going to say duck eggs are different. They have a different consistency. So I'm going to say 2 months anyway, right? Thank you, Patricia. Mwah! I love you, sweetie. So Rav Jolie brought me a big bag of oatmeal raisin cookies and a small bag of oatmeal cookies for Howie without raisins. And of course he's going to eat the ones with raisins, right? Because he goes, how come you got a bigger bag than me? I said, because Raph knows that as soon as you run out of cookies, you're going to say, I don't care about the raisins. You're going to start eating mine. And he goes, yeah, okay. He only hates raisins. He only avoids raisins when nothing else is offered or when something else is offered, right? Had to walk away before it started, but I'm back. Hey, Marie Dunn. Can I share how I freeze my eggs? Sure. Olive oil's a little thick, Stephen. You really want a really lightweight oil. So get some organic avocado oil, lightweight sunflower oil, but olive oil is too heavy. It won't necessarily seal all the pores. Do you get it? It's a molecular thing, right? Absolutely. Absolutely share how you freeze your eggs. Oh, and pay no attention to the woman behind the fan. Okay, I'm going to address this right now. I'm going to make it now. I'm going to say something to the people who watch the replays. Okay? Sometimes you will get a notification because I share publicly halfway through, or I'll just go public and hope. But sometimes I don't go public during a live stream. That's why you don't get a notification. Okay? If I don't go public, you won't get notified. And I can't go public all the time, right? It's a crapshoot, plain and simple. Okay, so and there's also the fact that after every live stream, almost always, YouTube decides it's not fit for advertising. So I make it private until they pull their head out, and then I release it publicly when they go, oh yeah, okay, so that I don't miss the views. It's that simple. It's logistics for me, right? Maybe grapeseed oil, one of my new favorites. I don't know. I don't. Duck eggs have a wax on them naturally. That's why you can't use them for PY Sankey eggs with them. What's a spanky egg? Yes, we're getting ready for the card and recipe exchange. And please, I will put up a notice in the Connected Hearts and about sending cards to Martin, because his husband agrees it would be really lovely for him to come home to, greetings from his Connected Hearts when he comes home from the hospital. I've heard people that you can freeze eggs. In the UK, the eggs are not refrigerated. I use a silicone muffin pan, spray, okay. Oh, I bet you're working the piss out of your dehydrators. I'm going to actually do I'm going to can some pumpkin, but I'm going to Ukrainian egg. They're beautiful. Hey, Joy, how's it going, sweetheart? Can you freeze whole eggs in muffin tins? I heard about that. I don't know. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Like I've thought about it, but I don't know how it would work. But if you freeze them, there's a great idea. If you put them whole with the shells on in muffin tins and freeze them, these shells will crack. And once they're frozen, you just peel the shells off and put the eggs whole into baggies. That would work, wouldn't it? Oh, for heaven's sakes. The yolk gets a funky skin. Tried whole eggs, but when thawed, the yolk gets a funky skin. Okay. You don't do it with the shells on. You just crack them into a muffin tin and freeze them? If you don't break the yolk, they don't soften up right. Okay. Thank you for that, because I have 2 flats of eggs that I have to freeze, and I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to go back to, they're going to go in the blender. And then I'm just going to measure them out in cups once the foam dies down. Okay, thank you for that, Julie Britt. If you don't break the yolk, they don't soften up right. What if I use parchment paper and crack them open and then freeze? Break them first. Break the yolk first. I also freeze a few bags of just whites and then yolks, mostly for cooking, but I'm an egg white omelet. But an egg white omelet is good. Yeah, egg white omelets are good, but I'm just not that fussy. I'm really not. Yes, open it, put it in a muffin tin, then freeze. Okay, I'm going to stick with my original idea of putting them in the blender and measuring them out by cups and quarter cups, because a quarter cup of egg is one egg, right? One large egg is a quarter cup of liquid egg. Bev, is freezing eggs worth the freezer room? They are pretty packed as we speak from this past season. It is worth it, I guess. If you get baggies, somebody told me this about hamburger too. If you get baggies, and you can get snack size baggies, right? And you beat them and you measure them, lay them flat on a cookie sheet to freeze, to flash freeze, and then you can stack them really neatly or slide them into nooks and crannies. Does that make sense, Stephen? I I open, put in a muffin tin, and freeze. No, I'm going to stick with my breaking eggs. So if we use the blender, then we can pour into the muffin tin. Yeah, absolutely. There's another good one. But make sure you know how much your muffin tin holds. If it's like a half a cup, that's 2 eggs, right? If it's a cup, that's 4. But that's a good way of pre-measuring them. Absolutely. All right. See how we do shit together here? I love that. I love that we can come on here and share. Do you ever use dehydrated egg powder? I bought some a few months ago. No. I made my own once, but it was fine, but I should have, when I reconstituted it, I should have reconstituted it with boiling water and then cook them. But I've never used like store-bought egg powder. I should actually order some. There you go, Stephen. Awesome. You can also get snack size that are upright instead of sideways at Dollar Tree. You can also buy little plastic cups. But I like the idea of measuring them into muffin cups and freezing them. So I'm going to do that today. So thank you for that. I'll do a video on it. I think they aren't quite a quarter cup these days. Today's large eggs are the size that mediums used to be. Well, that's why measuring the liquid is so good, because that is a hard and fast rule that's been around for hundreds of years. Okay. The measurement of 4 large eggs is 1 cup, right? So even if your eggs are smaller, when you beat them and measure them into a cup, you know you're getting the standard measurement for 4 large eggs. Doesn't that make sense? That's something I learned when I worked at the bakery. Thank you, John. Sometimes a measurement in a cup is not the same or as accurate as measurement by weight, right? I never had luck freezing eggs, even breaking the yolks and mixing them and adding a pinch of salt. Yolks always got a funky skin. Oh, trust me, they're going. I have a Ninja blender. Thank you, Briar. I have a Ninja blender. There ain't gonna get nothing. You know what I mean? Let us know if they are good. I've been debating getting some. If what are good? Oh, powdered eggs. Okay. My daughter actually bakes scrambled eggs and bacon in muffin tins and freezes baked eggs. You can do that too. Do you see these new things they're coming out with? Just crack it. The little cups with bits of ham and onion and green pepper in them, and you just crack an egg in and beat it and put it in the microwave. Like, how friggin' lazy can you get? Okay, I'm sorry. That wasn't fair. There are a lot of people who have time constraints, who travel, who live out of motels. So for them, it would be amazing. Yes. I mean, it would be better than trying to buy food every day, right? The duck eggs are bigger and they're more viscous. They're the best for baking. Ooh, duck eggs for baking. But it doesn't matter how big they are. When you puree them or blend them and you measure out a cup, it's a cup of large eggs. I know. It feels ridiculous. Yes, break time. Thank you, Stephen. I keep forgetting. Please pay no attention to the woman behind the fan. So yes, after this, I will do the egg video. But I mean, it's like I always thought those boxes that got delivered to your door so you could make dinner. Just everything's pre-measured and everything. And I said that's just idiotic. It really is. And you're probably paying more than you would in a restaurant. Mind you, you're doing the cooking. So you're paying more and you're still cooking it. But the thing is Howard again said, Bev, remember, I go to school in the United States, right? And I'm in a little suite with a teeny dishwasher and a 2-burner stove and and a little oven, like a little apartment-sized stove and oven and everything. He said something like that saves me, especially like last time he didn't have a car for the first couple of days because he was riding back and forth with one of the other students. He would pick him up and then drop him off. But he had to walk to go grocery shopping. He said, if I could have phoned HelloFresh and used my daily food budget on that, it would have been great. He said, because I would, it would be delivered to my door and I could have a home cooked meal. And I said, then it makes sense, right? Those boxes might be, yes, Sue, if somebody needs to know how to learn to cook from scratch, watch my channel. Watch Needy Homesteader. Watch, Noreen's Kitchen. She's always cooking something. Always. I'm cooking gummies today. I need them, but it's a new recipe. So there will be a video on cooking with cannabis. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. All right. You know what? Hang on a second. I got to show you this. I'm going to take the screen off my window so I can show you. Oh my goodness, don't do that. You don't see my underwear, I hope. Oh, there goes my curtains. Hang on, folks. My window needs cleaning. That is true. So please don't bother telling me. I gotta slide this screen inside my desk somehow. I'll just stand it up over here for now. It's got to be washed anyway. I want to show you. Whoops. Look at the sun shining through. There's my swimming pool. Yeah, we gotta clean up. That's this weekend. Oh. All right, just a second. I have to plug my phone. Oh, don't step on your glasses, Beth. Hang on a second here, folks. Gracie. Hang on, Gracie. I have to plug my phone in. There we go. And somebody wants some attention here. I'm trying to get it so you can see. Hello, you baby. Ow, watch those boxer paws. You're going to hit me right in the mouth. Oh, my goodness. Did you see the squirrel? Hey? Was you barking at the squirrel? All right. Just, oh, my baby. She loves Raph, Jolie, and Ron. Now, Gracie tried to bite my brother's feet when he came to visit. But Raph and Ron, she will do anything she can to belly crawl or commando sneak into their laps. But it's okay. It's okay to love them. My goodness. I love you, Gracie. Oh, yes. All right, baby. Give me a kiss. Go lay down now. Go lay down. A good recipe for what, Julie? I'll have to put this up a little bit. A good recipe for what? This is crooked. There we go. Let me see if I can catch up. Just curious, how much ink do you have? I have quite a few myself. I don't know, somewhere around 11 or 12. Somewhere around 11 or 12. Spiced apples. Well, the ones I made were like pickled crab apples, and nobody really liked them because they expected them. So, what you can do is you, it's easy, okay? Take your crab apples, your little crab apples, wash them, prick them with a fork, and blanch them. Bring them up to a simmer, but don't let them cook or go mushy. Just poke them with a fork, bring them up, and then put them in cold water. Then make a simple syrup and put in a spice bag of cinnamon, cloves, whole cinnamon, and allspice. And maybe ginger if you want, but I like ginger with pears. And then you stew that. While you're making your syrup, you stew the spice bag in there until it gets to the flavor you want. And then you take the spice bag out and you pack your crab apples, your blanched and pricked crab apples in the jars, in hot jars, and you pour your spice simple syrup over them, wipe your rims, and boil bath can them for 15 minutes for pints, 25 minutes for quarts. Hot pack, hot syrup. Has Gracie had any more coughing spells? No, I honestly think she had something in her throat, like a piece of grass or something. Hey, Bobby, how's it going? Hey, Bonnie, how are you, darling? All right. We know how to go from here. Okay, so just give me a minute. And I'll tell you when to refresh your videos. Are the hammers polished, ladies? Come on, you. There we go. Do as you're told. That's it. Okay. You can refresh your page, please, folks. Let me pull you up. I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm here. I hear you, honey. Hang on a second. Where's my chat? I hear you, sweetheart. I'm in a lot of pain too, but I'm refusing to call it a fibro flare because I just won't own that. Won't own that today. I got too much to do. I'm so glad to see you, sweetheart. I'm so glad to see you. Polished? What's polished? You're welcome, Julie. Bev, can cauliflower? I can pickle like dill pickles. Can I? Oh, absolutely pickle them. Yeah, I wouldn't can them. But pickling them is absolutely fine. If you want to know how, just look at to prepare them, just look at my calico pickle video. Okay, because I have cauliflower in it. But you can do it like dill pickles. Yes, absolutely. You wash them, and if you want to do them like dill pickles, I think they'd be delicious because dill's my favorite flavor when it comes to pickles, dill pickles. But yeah, you can throw, all kinds of stuff in there. Hey, Jean, how are you, dear? Got my order of multi-biscuit tea, made it through customs. I'm waiting till I can afford an Amazon card. My next pay, I'm buying gift cards for the kids for Christmas, and I'm going to get myself one so I can stock up on my multi-biscuit tea. So at the end of, well, probably soon. And if to Family Homestead, I am mailing your parcel out on Monday. I also have to find out who I mail the other dehydrator to. So, hey, Cindy, going to try, so don't need to water bath can them. What do you mean, the crab apples, Cindy? Yes, water bath can them. Oh no, the pickles. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to, but I would recommend it. I would recommend water bathing. Your all your stuff into a hot jar, hot brine, wipe the rim, boil bath can for like hot brine, hot jar, hot water, 15 minutes. I wouldn't have to go any more than that. Tony DeLuca, how's it going, sweetheart? Hi, Two Family Homestead just got back. Did they? Awesome. So well, I'll be sending out her dehydrator soon because she told me to wait to send it out until they got home from their jaunt. So how's Tony today? Can you post it on the Connected Hearts page? Post what on the Connected Hearts page? Hey, Joe, darling, how are you? Hi, Lori Park. So, sometime I'm going to start speaking to the folks that are just now coming in. I don't always make these live streams public. So if you don't get a notification, it's because it never got passed unlisted during the live stream and you have to watch the replay, right? I meant to send that to Stephen. Send what to Stephen? Okay, I'm totally lost here. I'm totally lost here. So I'm just going to go behind the fan and be decorative for a minute. So when I do my eggs, know that we discussed it here on how I'm going to see how it goes. There's nothing happening behind the pretty pink fan, so don't worry about it. Absolutely. Absolutely, Bonnie. I will be sending out Sharon's canner tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome. You know who could use a canner? I don't know if they're doing pressure canning yet. It's Haas at Off Kilter Homestead. I don't think they're canning yet. We really need to get them busy. My sons are handsome. Bloody right they are. They come from good stock. Crazy stock, but good stock. Asked him for his ratatouille recipe. Oh, that's a good idea. Bev, I promise when I come out, I'll bring a suitcase full. Oh, God, are you coming to Canada? Wouldn't that be a riot? I mean, I with Raph, we met when she brought me the jars, but the first time she stepped into my home, I knew she was family. And Ron too. They're just family. It's just instantaneous, right? Could you post the link to part 2 of your sauerkraut video? I couldn't find part 2. Haas is a good man. He's a teacher as well. And he's just a really nice man. He's a really good man. He feels like family too. We are definitely coming over at some point. Woohoo! All right, I'll have to know. Oh yeah, I remember what your name is. I remember what your first name is. So, and it's not Elishiva, but I can't wait. You're gonna come and visit, right? You're gonna come and visit, right? You're gonna come and visit, right? Oh, and I'm coming to Scotland at some point, God willing. Hey, Doris, how are you, darling? Thank you, Terry. Hi, Libby. I'm in a lot of pain, but it's not a fibro flare. And I'm not going to say those words again because I just felt a muscle twinge when I said it. And it's like, hey, right? Let's ignore the elephant in the living room. I'm really tired. I was out and about 4 days this week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And for me, I mean, I like go out twice a month, maybe, right? So Costco and shopping with Briar Friday. The hell did I do Saturday? I took Briar to the hospital Saturday, and we went through all that rigmarole. And then Sunday, We went out to have breakfast with the semi-pro racers because the season's over. And Monday, I took Briar to the CLSC, and that was a shit show. So, I mean, yesterday, oh, and then I came home on Monday and I had to can potatoes. And then yesterday, I don't know what I was doing yesterday, to be honest with you. I was putting away Costco stuff, really, if I think about it. So I told Howie, today's my day off. I do dishes, a live stream, and that is it. You have not stopped this. You have not stopped this odd weather, too. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, me too. I'm stopping today. I mean, yeah, there's going to be videos, but they're videos I've sat down to do. Like tomorrow, you get to see the multigrain mix I made from the stuff I bought at Bulk Barn. And I may make one more foray to Bulk Barn. Hey, how are you, Larac? Harrison Wallace. Bev, did you end up trying to go gluten-free? If so, how's it going? Not yet. Absolutely not yet. I got 75 pounds of flour in my freezer. And Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas are coming. I am totally not going to be gluten-free or even attempt it until like New Year's, right? And I will try it. Bev. Billy Buckland says, what model is your Nesco dehydrator? I have two different models, but they are Snack Masters. They're Snack Masters. Jerky, it doesn't matter. As long as it's a Nesco. Okay, now, I'm not saying don't get a, what am I talking about here, Stephen? Hi, Ribby, darling, how are you? Empty Nester, Joyce Rich, go, Gene, go. And Larac, 456 CS. I know shopping is an ordeal all by itself. Putting everything away takes a couple of days. Absolutely, Joy. You're absolutely right. So, Excalibur, thank you. You can get an Excalibur, but for me, they're a storage issue. And that's all. And I prefer the fruit leather trays for the Nesco, and the Nesco's cheaper. Or it used to be. I don't know. I don't know what the price of an Excalibur is now. Maybe it's come down in price, because I know Nescos have gone up in price. But as long as it has that it's solid in color, not clear, okay? You don't want light while they're drying. Light damages nutrition, right? So you want it solid color. You want it to have a thermostat on the top. And you also want the motor and you want a motor and a fan. Motor in the top, fan in the top, thermostat, solid. Okay? That's a Nesco. So it doesn't matter what model. As long as it's a Nesco and it covers those areas for me, I'm good. I just bought a new Nesco. Good for you. I really should have an affiliation with them, but I don't care. I'm just happy when people get it. I gotta turn my fan on. I gotta put my screen back in. Please excuse me for a minute. Oh! All right. Oh, good heavens. I gotta put the screen back in so I can... All right. You get off. There. Now. And you... get out of my way for a minute. This is really complicated because I have lights hanging from my curtains here. My curtain rod. All right, now I'm gonna put you in here like this, like this. There we go. There we go. Oh, now I can open my window and let some air in. You bought one and went out and bought a second one. Good. Good for you. Mine has the fan at the bottom. Really? You know what? I just don't trust it because if the fan's at the bottom, eventually the air has to come. If it's a closed unit and the fan's in the bottom, where is the air coming from? And eventually it's going to get moisture in there. Moisture goes down, heat goes up. That's why I like putting the heat to go down, and that way it gets a better circulation. But I'm glad it works for you. Anita Holt, hi darling. I'm going to be helping my neighbor rebuild. What happened? Or what happened to their house? Bev, I'm finally getting my pressure canner at Walmart and hoping they have jars. Okay, good for you. Life is, for me, my two most important tools. I'm going to have to add the stove as a third. Okay. My two most important tools are my dehydrators, my canners, and my stove. Those are my three most important tools. Because without the stove, I couldn't can. Well, I could on the barbecue or on a burner or whatever. But I mean, those are the tools of what I consider my trade um, as a wife and mother and homesteader. I watched your beef Wellington video last night. I'm going to attempt it for Christmas. I've wanted to try for a long time. Actually, sear it just a little bit longer than I did. Unless you like it bloody in the center, but I do, like I do, right? I'm one of those people, well, not anymore. Before I hit menopause, I was always anemic. I was always anemic. And whenever we would make a roast or something, it would always be, there would be, red juice on the plate. And when the roast was dished out, I took the plate and drank that juice. You see where I'm coming from? Because I was like, I've lost my taste for liver. I've lost my taste for liver now because I don't need the iron anymore. So I'm actually leaning more on chicken and pork now because I don't crave the red meat as much. Don't get me wrong. Slap a porterhouse, slap a grilled porterhouse, seasoned grilled porterhouse, medium rare in front of me, and you will find out why I'm called Mrs. Wolfie. Oh, sorry, Grace. Sorry, Grace. It's just Mummy. Steamer juicer, pressure canner, dehydrator. I'm thinking of getting a steamer juicer. Now, when you steam it, is it the same as boiling your berries and then straining them? Because can you use that juice for jelly? That's what I want to know. I just ordered the electric water bath canner. Can't wait for it to come. Heather from Needy Homesteader uses it for broth. Oh, really? Grace? I know she had something with a little spout in the bottom or whatever. Run, Gracie, run. Steam juice is very concentrated. Oh, so it would be good for jelly. For me, steaks have to be mooing on my plate. Absolutely. I want to drink the juice off the plate. You know what I mean? Right? Like, not just a little line of pink. I want a line of red. Not bloody red, but juicy red. What was that movie with Bob, the mad albino? Bad Bob, the mad albino. And he pulled up and he was yelling at Judge Roy Bean or whatever it was. And he pulled up on his horse and he walked up to a guy's campfire or whatever and grabbed the steaming coffee pot off the fire and drank it. And then he turned around and he shot his horse and he said, "You, cook it. Cook that." And he said, "How do you want it?" "Blue, smothered in onions." The redder the better for me with beef. Absolutely. New stove coming next Wednesday. Thank God. Fed up of that fine line between golden and able to use a curling stone. I know. But I told Howie he's not swapping my stoves yet because I'm going back to the black one. He's going to fix it. But I'm not swapping them out yet until canning's done because I need them burners. But he's going to take the burner holders out from under the white stove because they're extra strong. They're stronger than the ones on the Whirlpool. It just sucks. They're crappy damn near aluminum foil burner holders. You know the things that hold your burners up. First time I put a canner on, they went, eh, you know. I have the same thing as you have the same thing as Heather. I love that electric water bath canner. Really? Do I just raw pack my sweet potatoes and pressure can it? For how long? I don't think you raw pack sweet potatoes. I'm pretty sure you blanch them first. But check my video, okay? Because I have canned sweet potatoes. What do you use that water bath canner for? Like, how big is it? 10 years we've had this wee one, but it's had its time. That's right. I went to a 24-inch stove to have the kitchen have the kitchen more space. 90% of my baking pans don't fit. I have to have a 30-inch stove, a 30-inch oven, because I have big cookie sheets. I have bakery size cookie sheets, but I have a bigger bakery size cookie sheet that I bought for $5 at a yard sale. Brought it home, realized it didn't fit my oven, so it gets used for other things. Empty nester, waiting for USP to drop off my electric water bath canner. Oh, so exciting, eh? My next splurge is going to be the juicer. I have another freezer coming soon, so, well, there you go. There you go. We are going to a 90. The one have at the moment is a 60. Are you talking centimeters? Yeah, my travel trailer stove oven is a pain sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, mine isn't that, you couldn't put a turkey in it, that's for sure. It holds 7 quarts. Oh, wow. I'll have to look into that. I will have to look into that. That's okay, JM. Okay. Small batches. I'm going to have to get off here soon because I have an egg video to do now. Thank you. It's the size of a soup pot, but has a spout on the side. So it's easy to empty. You need to get another crock pot. You need a big one. You got kids. I need another smaller one, like a regular size one. Like I have the big oval one, but my other one's dying. It's got the wrong size carafe in it. The carafe's a little bit small. The lid doesn't exactly fit, but it still works, so I still use it. I'm glad I caught you live. Wanted you to know I was still here. I know you're still there. I see you make posts. You make posts on the Connected Hearts Facebook page. Storm brewing here. Yeah, we had rain all night. It's coming your way. Electric water bath canner does not heat up house in summer months. Oh, please remember if you have questions. Hey, Andrea, how's it going? Okay. Walmart has Crocs on sale for $20 for 7-quart oval. I already have the 7-quart oval. Dreich. What's Dreich? Eggs foam up quick in the Vitamix. Well, you just let the foam die down, right? I have a Ninja. I have a Ninja with the central spindle that has 3 S blades up it. The eggs don't stand a chance. I'm a failure. Kiddos hear soup and go, ew, got a lot of work to do do this fall, winter. Well, you know what? My kids learn. I'm one of the last of the baby boomers, folks. And my kids ate what was put in front of them unless they were going to throw it up to eat it. If like I wouldn't, if you couldn't, it's like, eat that. Absolutely, I'm not touching that. I'll be sick if I have to eat that kind of thing. Right? And I wouldn't force that on them because it's probably their body telling them they have a food allergy, an impending food allergy if they were continued to force to eat that food. But my kids, Briar is not a squash or turnip fan. Arthur loves them. And Arthur was never a pancake fan. He preferred French toast, but now he's gluten free. So, Dreich means gray and dismal. Oh, Dreich. Dreich. I am making cauliflower broccoli cheese soup later. Mmm, Cindy. What does everyone do with kale? Hey, Bella. When I can get it, I take the spines out, I wash it, I dehydrate it, and I grind it into powder, and I use it like parsley, and I use it liberally because it's a power food. I know. But we had parsnips, boiled parsnips, carrots, and potatoes, drained and then sautéed in garlic butter with chives last night. It was and parsley. It was really, really good. It's been pouring rain here for 3 days. Where's here, Anita? So and so, Megan Clark. Bev, listen. So you have converted me to dehydrating. I'm eternally in debt to you for that. Hell no. Hey, Dave Smith. I love that name. Boneless, skinless chicken breast sale for 99 cents a pound here. Not here. I've never seen it under 2.29 a pound, ever, for boneless, skinless. Dry it so you can hide in other stuff. Absolutely. Bev. Terry Welsh says, sorry I'm late. Didn't get a notification. I might be doing something wrong. New at this. You'll get there, sweetheart. You'll get there. My live streams are duck and dodge. They really are, because we don't say why we're duck and dodge, but there's a lot of reasons why my live stream has to go unlisted, and then sometimes I make it public. So if you don't get a notification, it's because I didn't make that one unlisted video public. Sometimes I go public halfway through, sometimes I don't. But after the live streams, I make them private because YouTube always argues with me over the monetization. So I make them private until they pull their head out, and then I release them to the public. So either way, you're always going to see the video, whether it's live or in replay. You're not always going to get it live. Does that make sense? Hey, Mary. How are you, sweetheart? All right, Stephen, you take care. Mwah. Don't burn out canning all that squash. You should rewatch Heather's vid on onion broth from about a month ago. Kale, boil with a half a brick? Eat the brick, feed the kale to the chooks. No, I actually like kale. It's my family that doesn't like kale. So I put it in. Who did that? I put it in soup and sauces. Somebody just tipped me. Ribby, thank you, darling. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Because I'm really not working much right now. My next canning session will be pumpkin. Mine too, Joy. I've got, like I said, Raf Jolie came and picked up her turnips, and she brought me butternut squash, buttercup squash, and pumpkin. And I'm actually going to can them all together, I think, so that I get a nice mix every time I want pumpkin. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. But thank you, Terry. Leghorn just hatched out 3 chicks at this time of year, Aldo. Or are you on the other side of the world and it's spring where you are? Love kale salad. Today I'm going to can tomatoes and make jelly. Wonderful. Thanks. I do have my kitties eat what I give them. At least take a couple of bites. There you go. It's like Briar, okay? Thank you for asking everyone to help me. I don't know how to get links, only email. So far, understand. Okay, I will send you an email link to the Facebook page. And when you get it in your email, you just click on it. And it will open up the Facebook page, and you apply. And you just say what your name is on YouTube. And if it's different, if it's not different, then you just say same. And you answer the other question, how long have you known me? And then the third thing is, please agree to the rules. Please read the rules. They're all about love and acceptance and understanding and support, right? My kids had two choices for dinner: eat it or starve. Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh, Here, Briar's ear keeps changing to Brewer. Briar, I haven't heard from him since yesterday, which means he's finally getting some comfortable sleep. And he's probably enjoying. He probably got a really good night's sleep, and now he's probably. I'll almost guarantee he's sitting playing video games, right? Because he's starting to feel better, and he'll go back to work tomorrow. Homemade tomato bisque. What is tomato bisque? Isn't that a jelly? Bev, birthday alert, birthday alert. Rhonda, Rhonda's birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rhonda. Happy birthday to you and many more. Happy birthday, Rhonda. Bev, what, Bonnie? Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Happy birthday, Rhonda, and many, many more. Anyway, oh, hi, Ginger Gargoyle. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, fall is here. I had to go around. This is how he understands more now. It used to drive him nuts when we would get into bed in the coach and he would shut the air conditioner off. And I'd say, no, you got to turn it back on. He said, I'm not running it all night. And I said, you don't need to, but you need to turn it on until I cool down, right? And then he would just get comfortable. I'd say, okay, you can turn it off now, right? But the thing is, because we had to run the generator when we were at the races, but he now understands. Last night, like when Raph and Ron were here, it was getting cold. Like, I'm going to shut my window right now. My part of my fibromyalgia, one of my symptoms is that I have a hard time regulating how I feel temperature, right? Regulating my own temperature. It's a total crapshoot, right? So when Raph and Ron were here, and just after Howie came home, he came home just after they left, and I closed the windows. And I said, it's bloody cold. And he said, Bev, it's hot as hell in here. Why'd you close the windows? I said, because I'm cold, right? And then an hour later, I said, you can open the windows now. He said, no, Bev, it's cooling down. It's getting cold. I'm seeing things out of the corner of my eye that are there but not there. Yeah. Anyway, Raph would understand. Many of you would understand. Anyway, because it's fall. All right. But so he said, no, Bev, it's hot, it's warm in here. But it's cold outside because he just put the dog out. He says, it's cold outside. If we open the windows, and I said, but I'm hot. And he goes, you've got a broken thermostat, sweetheart. And I went, right. So every time, he now understands I have a broken thermostat. Joe Mama's granddaughter's second birthday is today. And what's her name, Joe Mama? What's her name? Hey, Cora Kay, how's it going? Hello from Oklahoma, Bree. Is it because Halloween is coming? Yes. They are, it's not just people, it's woodland sprites and spirits and stuff. And some of them, some come into it's getting cold out. So some come to stay for the winter and leave in the spring, and it's okay. No, it's not floaters. It's not floaters. It really isn't. It's just a little flicker, and I saw one yesterday, and I said to Howie, I said, have you been catching stuff? And he said, yeah. He said, it's getting cold. Company's coming. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear sweet Maddie. Happy birthday to you. Your grandma loves you, even though it's not me. Give Gracie a big hug for me. Oh, yeah, we just had a snuggle. Cold makes my pain where I don't, it burns as if there's a flame touching my skin. Mine is just below the skin and it runs up the insides and the outsides of my thighs, up the backs of my calves and my shins. And it's a burning, like a muscle tearing feeling. It's like your muscle is burning. It's pulled to the max. That's what it feels like sometimes for me. But Bev, did you get a new cowgirl? Not yet. Hey, Grandpa Paul, how are you, darling? It's coming. The one I wanted at first was back ordered till November, and this one was only they were getting a shipment in 3 weeks. So I've got 2 more weeks to wait before I can expect any kind of shipment. So it's coming, and it's not a cowgirl, it's a cowboy. It's Sam. Sam, named for Sam Elliott. The first one was pewter, and I didn't get it. The one I'm getting is white. And if you've looked at Sam Elliott's hair, it suits. So hi, Jennifer from Mississippi. Hey, Seashell, Megan Clark, Terry Goff, Sonia Jones. Yeah, you missed the Gracie snuggle. I wish I knew what cold is. I've been having hot flashes forever. Well, I'm now like last winter was the first winter in like 7 years that I didn't have a fan going all winter and have my window cracked open. But apparently it's not just me and my family. My brother Billy does the same thing. He said, I like it cold and dark, and I like my blankets. I like to have to pull up the blankets. You know what I mean? And I said, then it's not me. It's not just me. And he goes, no, right? And we figured out why. It's because when we were kids growing up, we had a coal furnace. There is no fans on the old coal furnace. It's true radiant heat, and it looked like a big old. It just looked like a big old black octopus, right? And the pipes went, and we had the vents that stood up in the wall where you could look through to the next room. We had a vent. I remember my mother coming home from school and seeing loaves of bread covered with tea towels sitting on the floor in front of the vent rising. And I had a vent in my room, and there was a vent there was vents going to the entire upstairs. And that wasn't something you could just turn down very easily. It's like a wood stove. So our house was always hot in the winter. My father, God, going to visit, even when he got, it wasn't just because he was old. Like how he said, God, does he never feel the heat? Does he not feel the heat? And I said, no, he's never felt the heat. My dad has always kept the house because my mother was terrified that we would get sick. So he kept the house toasty. I'm always hot too. Hubby shuts the windows and I feel stuffy and closed in. Like a Christmas story. Exactly. Exactly. Except we didn't have the damper on the side. Ours was even older. The damper was on the belly of the beast, right? And when my mother died, Dad got gas heat because he didn't want anybody to have to deal with shoveling the coal into the stove, into the furnace with because there was no adult at home. My brother Billy was 17 and Bobby was, I don't know, but he just didn't want anybody having to deal with it. He just wanted to set a thermostat and that was it. Right? So he got a gas washer, dryer, gas stove, gas furnace, everything like gas. It's supposed to be 88 degrees to here today. I'm so ready for fall. Oh, it is here. Bev, does it make you itch? Does what make me itch, Brenda? Because it's funny that you ask that because I go through itchy phases. And my legs will itch and my arms will itch. My back itch is just a normal bare back itch. But my arms and legs and my belly, the front of my belly, they all get, and it's not dry skin. Howie gets dry skin on his belly. I get rashes from scratching. Sometimes it gets bad enough I have to take a Benadryl. And I thought it was bounce sheets, but it still happens. So you were trained by the best. I hope Dallas is feeling good today. Hi, Gothic Sugar. So yeah, I itch. I when we put that thing up in the Connected Hearts Facebook page about the 23 symptoms of fibromyalgia, I have 21. Or is it 20? 20 or 21 of them. Like that's what the pain specialist in Gatineau told me. He said, "You're classic fibromyalgia." And I didn't even know half the stuff I go through was fibromyalgia at all. I was thinking I was having a heart attack. I called an ambulance one day because it wasn't heartburn, right? And they came and they looked at me, and now I know why people think fibromyalgia sufferers were hypochondriacs. Because they looked at me like, your blood pressure's low. Like, not low, but it's like absolutely tickety-boo. And you're fine, right? But I was getting chest pain, and it was going up my neck and down my arm. And it was like, no, you are absolutely fine. I said, are you sure? They said, yeah. And then I just found out that that's actually a fibromyalgia symptom. Yeah, absolutely. So we had the old-fashioned gas heater, the one with the flames. Oh my God. Yeah. But no, I loved that coal furnace. Um my mom it drove my mom nuts because we had a cat and she loved going into the coal bin. The coal bin was like a little room with a half wall and a window in it so that when you open the basement window, the chute could go right into the coal bin, right from the street, down the sidewalk and into the coal bin. And they would just pour the coal into the coal bin. And that's how it was bought. And then the cat would go and check for mice and check out the new coal and leave paw prints, black paw prints all over the stuff, and drove my mother bonkers. Howdy, I'm happy to make a live stream. Well, Danny, love, we're going to be going soon because my live streams have been running well over an hour, some into 2 hours lately, and I've got to mind my data. It may suck. One night I had chest pain every 5 minutes throughout the night where I'd clench my chest and it went away and never came back. Wow. Did you get checked for that though? My hands have been on fire and swollen the past days. Don't know why. That's the first sign of fibromyalgia. My hands stopped working for me. And I had carpal tunnel surgery in one of my hands. And it made no difference. Why? Because it's the first sign of fibromyalgia. So, but that's not to say if you do get carpal tunnel syndrome from, say, overuse of a mouse or a keyboard or repetitive motions, it doesn't mean you have fibromyalgia. You understand? They thought I had carpal tunnel. Didn't really work. So, yes, RA is a cousin to Sjogren's syndrome. SS is a rheumatic disorder. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm thankful I've been able to catch a live, thankful to get back to a normal routine. Routine is very important. But listen, folks, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. And for all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual blessing for the world and for each other. This is a non-denominational plea to the higher power of your understanding. My higher power, my God, is mine. Okay, my relationship with him is mine. You put yours in where it fits, whatever your faith is. Don't let me saying God stop you from adding your positive light and energy, because the more we do, the stronger it gets, and the more we beat back the darkness, right? So, and if you don't want to stay, please don't feel that we're going to judge you if you leave. It's not a big deal, right? Hey, Debbie Carmi, you're welcome. Bev, we had my grandma old washer from the 1930s till we came to California. Oh, I'd give my left nut for I got a fly. Oh, I almost had him. Where's my fly swatter? I am not going to be able to be calm and patient with a fly bothering me. Let's make sure he's not in my tea. All right. Be safe, well, be productive, be blessed. All right. So, for all those who care to, please help me close with the spiritual blessing of the day. Okay? Hey, God is us. Chief, Great Spirit, the I am. I like that. Hey, I am. How's it going? Thank you, God, for the amazing love and support that I have gotten from my YouTube family and my YouTube family. The way we connect our hearts and our hands in a spiritual way, God lifts me up every single day, and helps me to get what I need done the rest of the day. So it's thank you, God, for letting us have this space where we can come in and love and support and share ideas and lift each other up. But at the end of it, God, we know that there's a lot of negative stuff going on in the world. We're being inundated by media and social media with negative, dark messages and fear tactics and all those things. And God, to those that perpetuate those negative, dark things, we give them to you, because nothing we say or do is going to change them. Only you can. So we're going to hand them to you, God. And then there's all the people, God, that are alone or sick or being battered by the darkness, or being shamed or abused or neglected by their family, or rejected by those that they love, or people who are ill or fighting illness. And God, our dear sweet Martin and our Patricia, all our friends that are going through health issues, God, please, all the people that need your love the most, we lift them up to you so that the sunshine of your love may break across their hearts and let them know that they are loved. Even if we can't see them, we share. Let us be let us be vessels of your peace, your patience, and tolerance today, God, because that's how we stay in the light. And when we stay in the light, and we walk in the light, and we live in the light, there's nowhere for the darkness to hide. Amen. Shalom. Miigwech. Namaste. Peace be with you. Merry meet. Blessed be. Whatever your salutation is to your higher power or your energy source, let it be spoke with confidence and love, knowing that you are heard. This is the Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead saying, I love you guys, all things being equal and normal. Tomorrow's Thursday, and then comes Freaky Friday, and I feel every day this week has been leading me towards Freaky Friday. All right? Take care. God bless. Know you're loved. Mwah! Have a great day. Thank you. I love you.